Oh, look, my Hangout is live while my phone is still getting it together, which is always interesting. While my phone is not kicking it, but my other thing is. So I'm just waiting for my phone to come online because, of course, I do live through Facebook, but apparently my phone has been acting up today. So I'm a little kind of worried what's going on. Because, as much as I like doing a live show, I've got a show. This is one of those moments I really hate. So you all seen behind the scenes some of the stuff that goes wrong. Case in point. Then with this phone, like all of a sudden my phone has decided it is not going to act the way it's supposed to. Thank you. So the funny part is we've already got the hard work done. I put this stuff in the Facebook. I got all the stuff ready. I'm ready to go. But my phone is not. Go live. Now it's waiting. It's connecting. And boom, go live. So that's what happens behind the scenes. Hey everybody, it's Lewis Porter Jr. If you're watching this on YouTube, you just saw about a minute or so of some issues we're having with our lovely computer. This happens sometimes when we're doing stuff. Well, actually, we're having fun on the phone, but the computer got to see the fun stuff. So if you're ever on YouTube, you want to just see what other things go on behind the scenes that you don't always see here, go to our YouTube page and check it out. It's interesting. It's very interesting. It is a interesting piece. Comment, YouTube link. A lot of people don't realize that we do this simultaneously through YouTube and at the same time on Facebook. So you guys get a notification on Facebook that it goes out. You all come and watch. And I spend a few minutes talking, making sure enough people come and having a good time. So it's kind of cool. At the same time, the YouTube version has been up and running for a while. Hey, YouTube people. So people get to see what's going on. So that's fun. What others? Good afternoon, George. Good afternoon, Lucas. See, got people coming in. It's always polite to say hello. People coming in, working hard. Ooh, I done stuff. If it works right, it can be better. Yeah, that's true, Lucas. That's very true. Yeah, that's very true. So first and foremost, let's talk about this Friday show. I'm glad so many people have came out to the show and actually have been watching the YouTube video for it. Actually, I'm going to do a little ego surfing right now. Yeah, I really enjoyed doing it with Jim Zub. He is a hell of a guy to interview. Really cool guy. Really cool to talk to. I'd love to have him back on so we do some more stuff. It's always fun to talk to people that you guys get along. So that was kind of a nice setup, and he's just a cool guy. So I'd love to talk to him more and hang out. But I'm sure the stories, all the good stories. So also because of it, it got me thinking. So I like doing the Monday to Thursday show. Always have, always will. Friday's always a tough night because not everybody's at home, so people are doing stuff, and so I said, okay, what can I do better? So I'm thinking about changing the Thursday show, which is our weekly recap, into our live interview show. So I might just getting people every week on a Thursday, if they're not too busy, to try to see if they can come talk for 30 minutes or an hour, and we just talk about the business, whatever it might be, comics, RPGs, anything related. Plus, I'm also going to branch out, do a little more complicated stuff, because it is kind of important and it all kind of ties in together. So I want us to do just more stuff, more connecting. Because really, the stuff you learn in comic books is easily transferable to the RPG industry. They're very, very similar. So much so it's kind of scary. I didn't realize, you don't realize it till you get into it. But it's like, yeah, why not? Because, they're using artists, you're using artists. You're doing publishing, they're doing publishing. They're selling to the same stores kind of where you're going to be selling, or at least in the same, in the same ballpark, as it were. So that's a kind of a cool thing that I enjoy and like. So we got that going on. All right. Well, this is all going on. I got that up. So today's title, I'm sure you saw it. So this kind of came to me today because I never know what I'm going to talk about until usually, funny enough, till right before I leave work. Something will pop up on my thread and I'll be like, oh, that's something kind of cool. I didn't think about that. So I happen to be over at 10 Cars Tavern. That's TenkarTavern. It is a cool website that has a lot of cool stuff. They follow Ken Whitman a lot when he's doing his little Kenisms, so I always go by there. I'm a fan of the website. And today he did a little breakdown, and I wanted to show people kind of a cool thing that was very interesting. No, not that one. Boom. It's called the Monthly Tavern. It says, I'm considering Monthly Tavern financial updates. And it's really cool because he just opened up and showed everybody how much money the website was making and generating. And I thought that was very kind of interesting. And, you know, he based it off with the financials for June and July. And that's where this kind of comes from. So, boom. Go back to Saturday. He put this up Saturday. And it tells you, you know, how much money he generated through AdSense. And AdSense, if you don't know, Google AdSense, Google AdWords is the usage of that kind of stuff online at blogs and stuff. And if you look for his earnings from AdSense to content, for July, it was $23.78. And June, it was $34.94. Not a ton of money. Of course not. But once again, small site, small money, but still, it's money. It's free money for him. Well, relatively free. So, but it's money getting stuff. So then he thought, so basically talk about how he earns money, which is kind of cool. Second, he went to my personal favorite, RPG referral sales. And I'm a big fan of referral sales. If you don't know that RPG now has a referral program, maybe you don't know. So you can, as a publisher and as, I guess, even as a regular person, you can sign up for their program where you can sell products at your site and you get a percentage of the sale that comes from the products. And I still think it's about 10%. So, I mean, you know, it doesn't sound like a great idea, but it is in the sense of, like, for example, we sell enough that we use a lot of money for our referral program to pay our artists. That's kind of another way that I pay my artists. It's just, you know, it's free money coming in. I don't have to worry about it. And they've changed the formula now. It's a little different, but the money comes in. I usually have it in the account. And then when I want to pay people, it's paid out directly. It's not a big deal. Now RPG now has changed it slightly because now, if you, now they're making you wait 60 days, 60 days, sure you get the money, which is kind of like a little irking to me because, I mean, before, I mean, I've been doing it so long, it's like, you know, you sell something, you get the percentage, boom. But there have been returns and stuff like that. So I get it. I understand the need for it. And I think it's a good idea. But it's just there for people who don't know. It's a great little way to generate extra money. So, like what I tell people, like you do a press release and you link back to your products, well, link back to your affiliate because you'll get the money for selling the product. Plus, you get the money from the affiliate. So you get your whatever percentage plus another 10%. And that money goes into one account, the other one goes to the other one, and you do pretty well. Yes, why is the thing telling? My thing is telling me that transparency agenda is on, like I don't know it or something, because God knows I wouldn't know when I do my own show. So, and he talks about this, you know, he says in June and July, hey JP, hey Scott, the combined money generated was $75.68. Was $43.36 for one month and $32.32 for the other one, and it's low. And so, you know, August so far he's raised $80.05, which is high. You know, his year is $550.01, so about $70 a month. Or if you break it down, which I think is going to be the best way, $2 a day. Now that's not a ton of money. It isn't. It isn't a ton of money, but it's money coming in generally, and it's been relatively free money. You know, if you have enough traffic to a site or a place, you can generate great little income on it. It's a great added plus. Because look, money is money. If you get money for it, why not? Why not? Why would you not do that? It's money coming in and it's free. Why would you not take that? And third, he got to something that's been interesting to me lately. Hey, Rich, what's going on? If you all don't know, Rich Lescafleur, I mess up Rich's name. There's another French name like JP Chapelot that I destroy on a regular basis. Rich is a new cartographer and actually works for Alligator Alley Enterprises. He does cartography for us. He did a lot of cartography for Chronicles of the Gatekeeper. He's also doing a lot for our Indigo Donkey, aka Infinite Dungeon. He's doing that. He just sent me some work today, and I sent him back a thing, and I'm sure he's cursing me out right now that I sent him back because it's, you know, I asked for some crazy stuff. Jacob Blackman, what are you doing? No, see, Jacob Blackman stopped by. So Patreon, I've gotten into this and doing more research, and I'm noticing things about Patreon that I'm liking to hear more and more from people. You know, and Patreon, the basic idea I think is solid. I like it. Kind of similar, and to me, it feels like a very early Kickstarter. That same kind of feel I had. Patreon.com. If you don't know, I should always assume that people don't know. Patreon is a service that basically people become patrons of you, and they pay you money to produce products. And you can set it up however you want it. You can make it a monthly fee, you can make it per product fee, you can make it whatever. That's up to you. And then you basically make reward tiers that you get to. So actually, let me, since I'm here, type faster. That was a horrible typing job right there. So for us, I know the one we're doing for LPJ Design, we built ours, and I'll show everybody. This one is, it's officially not up, but it's up. We've actually put a link on. It's, it's www.patreon, that's patreon.com/LPJ Design. And you can see ours. It's still under development. It's still really, there's not a lot there, but it gives you an idea. So when we reach 500, we have different goal levels we're trying to reach. And the first initial goal is, hey, Manisha, what's going on? Manisha is one of my coworkers from my lovely job. Is an awesome person too, with two lovely boys. And I know, did one have to go to school today? Was today the first day of school? No, but you weren't crying, so I don't think today was the first day of school. First day of school here in Florida, if y'all didn't know. So, hey, Alan, what's going on? So at the $500 level, it's a basic level. This covers our basic function for us to make money and survive and live and do all that kind of stuff. That's the $500. That's the goal we're trying to reach. And then from up to there, we're trying to add more cool things. And I think I mentioned this in that Kickstarter. See, other Kickstarters, aka other Patreons. But I think it's kind of cool. It gives you goals to reach for, and you decide what the goal is going to be. And I know for myself, we did one basically every $500 is another kick for us. Yeah, it's like every $500 is a kick. So it's like 500, 1,000, 15. And like when we get to $1,500 is where it gets really starts getting interested as gamers and stuff like that, because we're increasing the actual content level of the book. So like the first one is we reach our minimum goal, which is 500. Then we reach 1,000. We're going to reach out to even better writers and higher end writers and guys who charge a little more better, little better known kind of stuff. At 1,500, we doubled. Well, actually, we had 50% more to the product. At 2,000, we're going to double our art budget. And we all know if we're doing art with me, that's going to be a good deal for somebody. Someone's going to get very happy. At 2,500, we double the size again of the writing. So that's now we double the size of the product per month, which is an awesome thing for us. 3,000, we're going to do per on demand and do monthly. Was it monthly versions or this going to be the bi-monthly version? That's right, every 2 months. And offer them, of course, to the people who are being patrons of us. At 3,500, basically that covers everything. It's self-sustaining, and we don't have to really do much. That it is its own machine, which is kind of what we want. And at 4,000, we're going to double the art again, because art is cool. We all know more artwork is always a good thing. And then we jump from there from 4,000 to 5,000. And at 5,000 is where it really changes the game for us totally, because at that point we start releasing 2 levels a month. Initially, it was 1 level a month, which is well, at this point, it's roughly about 1,500 words. 1,500? No, sorry, 15,000 words a month. Yes, Jacob. Art is always good. 15,000 words. So they'll double it to 30,000. That's a lot. Well, 15. And that's the one that will probably reach out to third-party guys and get them involved with it. Because I think my main goal on this has always been, let's get something cool, let's get something renewable coming in, but then we can also approach the third-party guys going, hey, you want to do a level and an adventure that's based on blah, 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 and you guys have to be involved, and, you do the work, and we'll promote it, that kind of thing. So, it gets to a point. Alan, the theory is that you go to the 20th level, and then we start a whole new infinite dungeon. That's the plan. Because they're all interconnected, and we're going to have, things that branch off, and it's going to be a lot of fun. I don't want to ruin it for everybody, because we have some cool ideas that we're hiding that are actually really awesome. So I think it's going to be kind of cool. And I pitched it to the guys, and they're like, oh, okay. But at first, all ideas sound great until you talk to people about them, and they rip them apart. And they ripped this one apart, and then I had reasonable responses for them, and they were like, okay, this is kind of reasonable. We can do this. So I'm like, all right, I'm good with that. I'm down with that program. So it's all good. And that's what you want to have, is a good program. So this goes back to the whole Patreon thing. And the more I keep reading on Patreon and looking at people doing stuff on Patreon, the more I like it as a great alternative to Kickstarter. I think the biggest problem with Kickstarter, well, let's just talk about the problems with Kickstarter. You give your money, and then you got to wait for something to come out. This is kind of like, the opposite of that. I'm giving you money to put product out, and I expect you to get product out on a regular basis. And when you release your product, you push the thing in like, okay, boom, I'm charging you for the product that you just released. And then you get a copy. And like for us, we're monthly. Every month we're going to release X amount of things. You set up for us, you sign up, you get your stuff, boom. Every day you're going to get something. Well, 5 days a week you're going to get something from us. But it's such a regular basis. It comes, and you get your stuff. And I think that's very important. I think a lot of people are very appreciative of that, and they want more stuff like that. So I think Kickstarter, it's that delay. It's that long delay that you're not sure what's going on, if the guys run off with your money, or, you don't know what's going on. Best $4 investment in my life. So I think that's really a cool piece of it. Also, I think that if it's structured correctly, you can do monthly releases of this and do really cool stuff. Like, for example, I'm going to talk about 2 people specifically that I know because I support both of them, which is kind of cool. One of them being Clinton Boomer. I'm going to go to Clinton Boomer's ones first. All right. Clinton Boomer has a blog site. If you not got to put Clinton's name in the notes, damn it. Damn you, Clinton Boomer. So Clinton Boomer's got a website. I'm sure you're very familiar with it. It's a good website. But he has his Patreon where you can go over and support him. Now, if you haven't supported him, I think you're crazy because he does amazing stuff. So you put some money down. It's not a big deal. It's $3. I gave him $3 at my pledge level. It's nothing to get rich on, but it's good money, man. And he'll put out content. And he puts out amazing content. Clinton has put out, so much amazing content. I can't even say straight face because it's always something new. It's always something fresh. They'll take an idea that you are familiar with and then they'll add like some awesomeness to it. And then you get this cool super duper thing. So, that's why I feel it's a great idea. Scratch. Yeah, if you go to his website, it's thatboomerkid.tumblr. That's TUMBLR, no E, just R.com. You'll see his website, and it's thatboomerkid period tumblr period com or dot, whatever you want to call it, whatever. And he's got tons and tons of stuff he's written up, and just for a lack of return, he gives away for free. It's free content that he gives and he writes. A couple years back, I hired him to do feats for our October, and we paid him a fee, like as a regular writer, and he wrote stuff that he gave it for free. But then, like on Friday, he wrote stuff specifically for was it Friday or was it 2 times a week? I can't remember. It's been a while. It was specifically for Obsidian Apocalypse, and he gives some really cool stuff. And a lot of stuff got incorporated into a book that we did. And some of the stuff was just amazing. It's amazing ideas, really cool stuff. And it's, he knows Pathfinder extremely well. And there's some really, 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 really cool ideas that you can use in here that can be modified, changed, and do some cool stuff. I think if you're smart, you go through it, you take a look, see what you like, and then just, use it. It's, and as of late, he's been on this whole, I guess you'd say his whole kineticist kick. I've noticed a lot of things have been the kineticist lately. I guess he just really likes the class, but whatever. There's tons of stuff for everybody. He's been doing this a long, long time. You will not go through this and not see anything cool. Let me see. I've been great for all that too. See, this is like, and I had to read this over on Facebook because my thing's so small I can't even read it. And of course, it's late on Facebook. This is why they drive me crazy. Yeah, I think this is what Alan said. Alan said, it'd be great online for players too. A lot of guys get online and play video games with their friends. To access new Dungeon Daily with the tabletop gamers is a daily fix they can run together. Alternatively, they can use resources like Roll20, which I agree is true. And I like the reason I did this. I think it was a great way to do subscriptions. I think it's a great way to generate interest. And let's call it like it is. If you're getting something new every day, that's kind of badass. It's 5 days a week, bam, and that's the plan we have. 5 days a week, you get something every day. You get something new. It's one room, one description, one stuff. And the better it does for us, the more money it makes. the more stuff we can add to it. Because I mean, we're doing this bare bones. We're trying to do this bare bones, trying to keep as much stuff relatively inexpensive. I actually just got back the rough draft map from Rich, what I was talking about earlier, and we had to make some changes. I sent it back to him, but it's like, we're moving along. We're really moving along. I also did a level 3 dungeon that's really going to wind up being level 4 because it doesn't fit as well. It fits better as a level 4. But I digress. That's not important right now. What is important is that I think that so many people. It's Jacob Blackman. Yes, Jacob Blackman also has a Patreon product. I forgot to mention. I just saw this note right before Alan came in. Yes, Jacob. You could place it in there. I think a lot of guys who are doing Patreon definitely should. You should definitely check it out. There's a lot of stuff going on. Please support people. It's good. And like I said, it's relatively a kind of easy way to support people, and you don't have to drop $50. I mean, you can drop a little bit of money because every little bit helps, and that's the thing. Every little bit helps when you're doing this kind of stuff. When you're doing Patreon, when you're doing Kickstarter, it's the numbers. It's really the numbers become the big motivating factor and then the big momentum mover. I like that. I've always liked that idea. I think the friendlier you are, the better you'll do. Case in point, Owen Casey Stevens. I wish Owen would do do a Patreon. I think Owen would do extremely well on Patreon. I think his ideas are incredibly cool. I think the stuff he puts on his blogs, he should get paid for because he works hard. Look, man, that guy's got a full-time design job and a part-time design job, and he's got his own company he runs, and he still puts out stuff. Come on, man. Dude, toss the guy a couple dollars. Buy his product. He's a good guy. He should be on Patreon. He's definitely Patreon is built for Owen. Not gonna write Owen stuff. Jesus, man, I wasn't planning to even talk about Owen today. See what happens when you get excited. All this stuff happens. $1 a month of a Patreon gets everything. Yeah, like I said, $1 is not a bad thing for a Patreon. I believe that is a reasonable price. Some people say $3. I know, Clinton's is $3. I give him $3. Do I feel like I've been ripped off? Hell no. I think I got a good deal out of that. That being said, let's look at Enzageist. Because Enzageist is the other one I get. Now, Enzageist, because of what he does, and let me just be bluntly honest, as the sole official role-playing reviewer of third-party product for Pathfinder, I think if you make third-party product and you don't give him money, that's just stupid. I mean, look, I'm not gonna lie. Am I buying influence? Kind of, but I never really get anything good out of it. It's not like I get better reviews because, Jesus, he's ripped me apart and he's giving me good reviews. So I mean, it's equal. But I think as a publisher, I think it's in my best interest to support guys who are out there supporting us as a whole. And he does a great product. He does great reviews. Why not give him? And I give him, on ours, it's not a ton amount, it's not a huge amount. I think it's like to give him like $10. I think $10. Not a huge amount, but once again, you get 50, 60 people give you $10. You can do pretty well, and that's how it has to be. That's the thought process. We can't think about it as being, I'm only giving $1. No, dude, you're putting into a pot some other people who are helping out and getting out there. So I think that's a good deal. I'm a big believer. That is a good deal. You should do everything you can to support people's Patreon. I think it's good for everybody, and why not? It's a Patreon. It's gonna be good. You're gonna be happy with it at the end. Owen's Strange Treasure stuff is so awesome. Okay, yeah, I'm okay. So Alan just wrote, if you can't read and see what I'm doing, he talked about Owen's Strange Treasure stuff is so awesome. Watch Stranger Things on Netflix, which I'm watching right now, so don't ruin it for me. I'm only I just started episode 6. So don't say anything about it. Don't ruin it for guys like me who can watch it. Don't be shaming me. I'm trying to watch it and do work and stuff. So don't tell me. Yeah, and it's like Owen does all this stuff and puts all this content out for free, and I think it's great that he put this content out for free, but I don't think, and some people have been like, Patreon, it's like a tip jar. It's like, no, it's not like a tip jar. People are giving you money, and they get to ask, you can ask them questions directly. What would you like to see? What more would you like to see? Do you like what we're doing? I mean, you get direct feedback. And if it's doing poorly, you'll know because people won't be giving as much. If you're doing awesome stuff, people will give you stuff. Who's the big? There's a guy on Patreon. I can't remember his name. He was on the homepage for them a very long time. And they talked about how well this guy was doing. And if I believe he's an artist, geez, maybe I'll get lucky and I'll find this quickly. Because I mean, the amount he was making was some ridiculous amount. It was like $3 or $4 grand, and I'm like, what? Get out of here! Like, who gets that kind of money? But apparently, there are people who are paying good money to get good stuff. Wow, this guy is not getting any work. Holy cow! Mental note. See, I found another artist on here. I just googled really quick for find this up. Beautiful artwork, and he has a Patreon. And like no one is giving me any money. So I'm like, why is this guy not getting any money? So I'll have to look into that later. But once again, there's tons and tons of stuff on here to check out, to take a look at, to see stuff that you'd want to do as a fan of, supporting people. And I think it's the right idea to get people involved with it. That's his guy's name. See? Joe Watson? Joe Watson. Let me, if I remember, I said I can't. This is what happens when you do too many things. Joe Watson. That the guy? No, this is not the guy, but it's Joe Watson guy. Oh, I think I've seen this stuff before. He makes $1,100 a month doing this. And I'm with this other guy. I'm gonna mispronounce his name. Jacob put his name in here, but I didn't. It's SAKIMICKAN. Did I spell it right? I don't even know. Did it pop up? Let's see what pops up. Jeez, holy cow. Wow, is that real money? Okay, so, wow, damn, that's a good deal. Apparently this guy, well, now I understand why now. Now it makes a little more sense. There's a guy doing, it's SAKIMI Chan, doing art and nude pinups. Now, it's a very anime style. It's very, very, it's real money. It's real scary. His artwork is very beautiful. I mean, just very, very stylized. And then the guy generates $28,000 per term, and he goes 1 to 2 terms per month. Damn, 1 to 2 terms per month. This guy is balling. Yeah, man, that's pretty impressive. I can't even front on that, man. This guy is probably making, nearly 30 or a little over $50,000 per month doing this. I didn't know who it was, but now I'm interested because I see that kind of money. So I know that money's possible. And he has like almost 3,600 or over 3,600 patrons doing this. So it's like, yeah, man, that's real money. That's real nice money. He doesn't have to go to work. He can go right home. So I don't know if this male or female is, but I know his artwork's beautiful because I'm looking at it right now. I'm like, wow, this is some awesome artwork. See, once again, there's tons of cool stuff out there. There's tons of information out there for you. That's why I'm thinking this Patreon is going to be as big as Kickstarter, if not bigger, because it's a different feel. It has a very different feel compared to Kickstarter, which I think is kind of in the best thing possible. And I think we need to see more of that. God, this guy is racking up here. See, I'm just looking at some great work. What can I say? But I think as we in the game of publishing and developing ideas and stuff like that, this is another piece we should take a look at. So if you haven't yet, I would think about finding ways that you can do a reasonable Patreon that you can get support and people, liking what you're doing, while at the same time, it's got a reasonable cost attached to it. Because that's the biggest issue is really the cost aspect. How much this thing cost me? How much I got to pay? Oh, how much money I got to put in all the time? Oh, I don't have that kind of money. What am I going to do? And, you can always jump in and out. I believe there's not a problem budget jumping in and out, going back and forth. It's okay to do that. Sometimes you've got money. Sometimes you don't. Life can kick you in the behind. Life does not care. And life doesn't say please a lot. So, it's got that kind of thing. I think there's some stuff you should check out. I think I'm going to write that guy's stuff in my notes because I just thought that price was crazy. That guy, dude, that's a lot of money. He made, did I close it down? Of course I closed the page down. But it's in the notes, so maybe I'll catch it and go on there. And it's already 9:30. See, I'm trying to make these shows only to 9:30 now, just to save some time and do that kind of thing. Stop me from talking it all the time. Because God, man, that's a lot of talking I do. You have no idea. Got so much talking I'm doing here. There it is. I didn't know this. Sammy, I'm going to mispronounce his name again, but I've never heard. Sakimi Chen. Like I said, I'm probably murdering their last name. I feel sorry if I am. Please forgive me. If you know them personally, tell them I'm not doing it on purpose. It's just I'm horrible at pronunciation. This guy has a childhood issue that has only followed me in life, and now I am an adult, and it just shames me when it can. So it's not personal. It's not like I'm messing with the person's name on person. So there we go. Got the name of the notes. All right, this is going good. So if you haven't checked out on Patreon, I would check them out. I would check out people who are generating money and people who are not making money, and find out why they're not making money. I saw a couple people here not making a lot of money, and some of the stuff was amazing. So it's like, why didn't it get made? Why didn't people pick this? What made this different? What made this so that people said, no, I'm going to pass on this. I'll find something else. And those are important questions to ask yourself. And once you understand those questions, understand what's going on, you think of ways that you can maximize what you do to maximize your money. Because, hey, man, look, we all know something's going on. We all know how to hustle. We all are watching this because of hustle. So let's figure out ways that we can go and, make money on this. See, now I'm just looking at one random one. It doesn't say DJ Kaufman. DJ Kaufman, wasn't he the guy? Heroes by Night. That's right, DJ Kaufman. I remember this guy. DJ Kaufman used to do Heroes by Night a while back, during the early digital years of comic books online, and he got in this whole big scandal. He's the victim in this one. So was that the kind of thing? I can't remember exactly what it was. It was a while ago, but it was one of those things that you go, oh snap. So when I saw his name just now, it just rung to me. So there you go. So yeah, so try out Patreon. Try it for a little bit. If it doesn't work, you can always stop and reassess. That's what we did initially. We did a thing for Patreon that it was, like I said, it was just me trying the first one and just looking before I knew what the hell was going on. It was garbage. But now, boom, it's much better. It's it's just the way it is. Yes, Alan, things get derailed around here quickly. This is the kind of show I run. It's okay to be derailed in the show because, there's lots of good information that people can use and get excited about. Because I'm always interested in hearing good stuff, because that's what the Monday show is supposed to be. Let's talk about cool stuff. Let's talk about ways we can use it to help ourselves, and let's talk about ways that we can do to, let's call it like it is, make more money for ourselves. Because like I said, you're watching this not because I'm a gorgeous person, you can't resist me. You're watching this because I'm going to spit you out some good ideas, and I'm going to try to make you some money. I mean, every little dollar counts. Don't ever just think it's nothing. It's important. Every dollar counts. So there you go. All right. So that's been the show for tonight. Tomorrow night, I don't know what company I'm going to be looking at, but I'm looking at somebody. I might even do a combo company to change it up, but, we'll see what we're going to do. As always, check below on Facebook. Yeah, Facebook, check below. And you guys on YouTube, you check below also. For the show notes, what we talked about today, they'll be up and available in probably a few minutes. If you have any questions, please feel free to just email me or write me or leave it in these posts. I get it either way. Before I forget, because everybody's running off before I forget, if you know anybody who'd like me to interview on Thursday, please send me their contact information or send me a suggestion. I'll see if I can get in touch with them, see if I can interview them either this Friday, next Friday, whatever. And this will become maybe our interview show. Maybe Thursday will become our interview show, and that's what we'll do Thursdays, and everyone will be happy, and maybe they'll run for an hour, just a little bit better. But just let me know what's important. I think you all will enjoy me doing crazy interviews because I like talking, and it's cool when you can talk to people about stuff you like. It's a fun thing for everything. All right, I'm getting out of here. As always, thank you so much. Oh, can't ever leave without saying the magic words. If you're on YouTube, YouTube, go down below, push the subscribe button. If you haven't subscribed, please go subscribe. We need subscriptions. Very important. We are 19 away from 200, so that's huge for us. I mean, I didn't think we'd get 200, but we're 19 away. So tell a friend, tell someone you don't like, have them subscribe. Hey, what's the worst that could happen? That's what I say. What's the worst that could happen? It might be fun. You never know. All right, everybody, I'm getting out of here. Talk to you later. You all have a good day. Oop, cut out quick on that one.